feels like. I know it feels like I'm in love. I know it feels like. I know it feels like I'm in love.
Hey there, Gemini. Welcome into your February reading. So happy to have you stop on by here. And if you're new, welcome in. I'm Cyndi. And today in our series for February, we are seeking guidance from our ancestors, our spirit guides, and our archangels in which ways we can better align with our highest available timeline, our true life path. These messages today can be from our higher selves, like I said, our spirit guides, the universe, or even someone that you feel a deep spiritual bond with, and they are trying to get through to you by saying, I love you, but you need to see this. And I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Joker deck. I'm using that today. And first, we're starting off with a Guardian Angel Love Oracle card. And this is so beautiful for you, Gemini, because you actually pulled the card Love. And it says negative thoughts and feelings are sabotaging your pursuit of happiness. We, your angels, are here to help you heal. Allow our healing light to flow through your heart. Consciously infuse each negative thought or feeling with love and light. Feel both your heart and mind aligning to your soul's sacred purpose and unleash your divine potential through the power of love. So we have a little bit of a blockage here starting off about maybe how we feel about love. Maybe we're a scorned lover. Maybe in the past we've been done dirty. Things didn't work out. We've had loss. We've had heartache. We've had pain. So our negative thoughts about going forward in love are actually sabotaging our ability to step into happiness, to find true unconditional love. We find it first within ourselves, so we need to heal that part of us that looked at the experience as something that happened to us rather than something that happened for us. What did you learn out of that experience? We can't just focus on the negative aspect. We have to alchemize that energy into something positive by saying, I'm grateful for that lesson. It may have been difficult, but I appreciate who I am today because of what I went through. It made me stronger. It made me see things from a different perspective. It made me learn about putting up boundaries. It made me be more discerning about the people, places, and things I put my energy into. So beautiful energy here. Let's keep going and see what the universe has to say, Gemini. All right, and we are thanking our angels, our ancestors, our spirit guides for these messages. All right, let's see what we've got here for you, Geminis. It's all about the love for you, the month of love. This talks about platonic love, love with the universe, love with ourselves. The first card out we have is the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is typically about your wounded warrior energy, your guarded energy. And in this deck, we see a man in the middle of an orange orchard, and basically he is giving instructions to the workers, but he doesn't look like he's doing it in a very pleasurable way. He's pointing out, do this, do that. So maybe in the past you felt like that everybody else was telling you what to do. You were a victim of overgiving. You were a victim of putting all your energy into making other people happy, and you never really took the time to sit and go, what are my passions and desires? What do I want to accomplish for myself? Do I want to continue to work for this company, or do I want to continue to work for this business that I no longer resonate with because I don't feel like I'm being treated fairly? Maybe this is a past relationship where somebody bossed you around, somebody didn't validate your feelings, somebody did not hear you out, and all you felt like is that they were this dominating force in your life that did not let you live your true authentic self. This can even be resembled by an overbearing father or mother figure, and I just saw 444, which is the number of peace, prosperity and stability. So we have an energy starting off here where you've been guarded because of the circumstances or the people experiences that you have kind of left you in a weakened, guarded state. Now I'm going to get some clarifiers on that and see what else this is really trying to tell us. All right, this is turning out to be really interesting. So the Nine of Wands, I clarified that with the Page of Pentacles kind of sideways and the Four of Swords. And here on the Page of Pentacles card, it's a young divine masculine being groomed. He's showing up at a restaurant and he's being walked into his seat that he always sits in because he's been given the respect knowing that he's being groomed to take over the family business. But with it sideways, this is undecisive energy if this person wants to continue to follow in the steps of the family business. Now, he's been groomed. It's being handed to him. He doesn't really have to work too hard for it, right? It's just his heritage and he's going to step into it. But this character is kind of unknown if that's the path he wants to take, or does he want to go out on his own and follow the unknown path? And that is totally followed up and clarified by the Four of Swords in the reverse, which is a gentleman is contemplating a situation where he may feel that he could be at a huge disadvantage because he really doesn't have any clarity about the situation. He's going and trying to make a decision about going down a path that is very unknown to him. It's foreign, and he can't see exactly how it's going to end. He doesn't have that crystal ball, so he's more or less having to step out in faith. But with these energies of indecisiveness and the first card, the Nine of Wands, of just being tired of somebody dictating your own life to you and telling you what job you're going to be in, who you're going to marry, what you're going to do, I see this as they're just tired of being in this stagnant energy of not taking any energy for their own life. I just saw 717. We're starting off with an energy of overcoming negative thoughts and feelings about love, and then we're stepping into a divine masculine who looks like he's trying to make the decision to step away possibly from a family business, step away from a business where he works with a group of peers, and going down a road that is very foreign to him. So he has had some hesitation because he's unclear of how everything will turn out. Change is very scary for people. It really brings up a lot of fears because you're having to let go of the control of knowing the future. So it's like putting that ego in the back seat. But this energy is stagnant, and they're tired of sitting in this back and forth energy of not knowing which way to go. So the next card we have got is the Chariot. Now the Chariot is all about taking action. And in this card, we see a divine masculine in this beat up car. It's got string holding on the bumper. It's got duct tape. It's got black smoke. It's barely running. The hubcaps are falling. His hair looks messed up, like, he's just had a rough night. He couldn't sleep the night before. And he jumps up in the morning and he says, I'm taking action. I can't sit in this stagnant energy anymore, and I don't care how I look, how beat up my car is, I'm headed somewhere. So let's see where he is headed. Now remember, when I say divine masculine or divine feminine, we each have those inside. So reverse the roles as they fit for you, and remember that energy is ever fluid and changing. So really interesting card. So I pulled to clarify the Chariot, the Six of Swords in the reverse, and the Nine of Cups. And the Six of Swords upright is depicted by a dwarf dressed as a clown. And he is trapped somewhere, and he's being dragged away by these patrolmen. And even when he was confined, even when he was in this confined energy, he indulged, it says, in gambling materials and did not seem very remorseful. Now, they may have called this a self-imposed prison, but because there were alcohol and gambling materials, there's no way for him to know why he was brought there. He shouts out loud in despair and refuses to be dragged away. Nonetheless, there's no way for him to stay put. As for the clown, it is a very urgent situation. He does not have a plan nor the power to protect himself. So I see this as a divine masculine that was in a position where maybe he went down the road of overindulgence, of gambling, of drinking, of partying, of putting all his energy into finding fulfillment in those types of behaviors. And the Chariot says, with that Six of Swords in the reverse, that he no longer wants to live that lifestyle. That this way of being, this way that he has been, doesn't align with who he truly is. So the reality is that really it's far easier to go with the flow of who we truly are rather than working against it. And change is difficult when we recognize things about ourselves and we're like, man, I've drank for 10 or 15 years because of my wounds. And then we're realizing that this is an uncomfortable position that we're in, and it should have been something temporary, but the past holds on to us. And this again is saying that we don't want these defense mechanisms of overindulgence to rule our life. Just like we don't want parents or a legacy or an empire or business that we're expected to walk into, even though we may not find that to be our wish fulfillment. We do not want that to rule our life. This is about a person really wanting to make choices for themselves and seeing that based on their past wounds, maybe they weren't really living their authentic life. And I just saw 12:12. So as we spiritually awaken, these things about us that don't resonate kind of get a light shined on them. Just like we're doing now, the universe says, I love you, but you need to see this. You haven't been living an authentic life. So with the Nine of Cups in the reverse, once again, this is a card of a bunch of divine masculines with one feminine. They've got their tie tied on their heads. They're partying, they're drinking. Ooh, and there's a signal. Isn't that interesting to have something come through like that? That's the universe saying, yeah, you're hitting the nail on the head here. But this divine masculine who may have overindulged as a coping mechanism because he really wasn't happy with the life that he had been dealt. He had just listened to what everybody told him to do. He took the path that was just set in front of him without questioning whether or not he really found it fulfilling. So this card of taking action is he's taking action away from this part of him. He's recognizing, hey man, I've been drinking for 10 or 15 years. It's going to start having health effects on me. It's affecting my money. Hangovers suck, man. Like having a hangover is in your 40s, it slowly turns to a 3-day event where, you can't get out of bed. And that's when it doesn't become any fun. That's when it didn't become any fun for me anyway. So I love you, but you need to see this. This is just a divine masculine's internal process of really understanding where he's been at and why he's done the things he's done and why he's had negative thoughts, maybe in regards to love. Now, this has all been about business and kind of serving their own needs. But with the Four of Cups, our final energy in this reading, we're picking up somebody that doesn't want to have a missed opportunity in love. So let's pull some clarifiers here. And Gemini, if this is resonating with you, if this is your energy and this is the life that you lived and you're looking to make some changes, or maybe this is your divine counterpart and you're resonating because you can see from the outside that this is how they've lived their lives, comment in the comment section. Put that 444. We've had the Four of Swords, the Four of Cups, this number of peace and stability, and claim that energy for yourself. Take an active participation. I literally just saw 1444 in claiming this energy. So let's see what we've got here with this Four of Cups in the reverse. Universe, tell us, what does this divine masculine energy, not gender, not want to have a missed opportunity about in love? We see that he's taken action away from something. Now the Hangman just came out, and in this deck, this is literally a male entertainer on a stripping pole, and he's making the money. So this is a performer who is constantly watching the exit sign. Like, he's making the money, he's biding his time, things are in suspense, but it's really not where he wants to be. You can also look at this energy as somebody who is a performer, and maybe they perform in their life, or maybe it's not metaphorical and they actually have a side hustle, which would make kind of sense with all the peer group energy in the other cards about the gambling and the partying. We don't normally do that alone. We normally do that with a group of friends who are in that same place that we are. But this is a divine masculine that may be watching the door, possibly for somebody to even walk in. But they don't want to have a missed opportunity, and they're in this suspense, this hangman energy. Let me get one more here. So the card that came out was the Page of Cups. I tried twice to get other cards and it wouldn't give me any more. I went through the deck twice. So the universe is telling me here that this divine masculine that doesn't want to have a missed opportunity is watching that exit door until the time where he takes action and he walks away from living the life that was expected of him. He walks away from partying and gambling and spending his money frivolously on overindulging. He's taking action away from these things in his life, and he is biding his time until he can be this Page of Cups. Now this Page of Cups is this sweet little divine masculine with a bow tie, and he's got a bouquet of flowers. So remember, we started off with love, having negative feelings about love. It seems to me like this divine masculine has lived his life trying to fill it with all these other things, but yet still not finding emotional fulfillment, right? And the cups are about our emotions, and we see a silhouette of a divine feminine here, like the shadow, like getting off an elevator, and he's waiting for her to express himself, to possibly apologize, or to make an offer of love. Now it is a page, so he is kind of, maybe a little immature. Maybe he hasn't done this before. Maybe he doesn't have a lot of experience in love, which makes sense because he's been in the family business. He's had the side hustle, possibly as a male entertainer, where he did a lot of overindulgence, spending money in areas that maybe he didn't need to spend his money in, and he's taking action. He's been watching the door to do this. So deep inside, his heart's been kind of tugging at him of where he wanted to go to pursue love, and it looks like he is going. It is just a matter of time. Let's ask one more question, because I cannot stop. Why is he in a little bit of a suspense watching that door, either waiting for someone or waiting to get out of this situation where he exits this life, right? Give me one more card. Oh, the King of Swords. All right, so this is him going and speaking his truth. The King of Swords is all about honesty and integrity and not being afraid to speak his mind. He lives his life very truthful, and he is kind of a stand-up guy because of it. This is a gentleman, tripping in front of this king and saying, I'm so sorry. And this king is being praised and worshipped because he has finally found his truth. Swords are about truth. It's about communicating our truth. And we have seen here a divine masculine that had possibly lived his life not for himself. He had lived his life for others. And Gemini, this is a beautiful energy. If this is you, the universe is supporting you making these changes. It's saying, to get away from those negative thoughts about love in the past that were the catalyst for you focusing so much on business, focusing so much on overindulgence and partying and maybe gambling and, hanging out with friends in bars. But this individual, it was like Right now, it's just a means to an end. He's biding his time. He's watching the door. He wants to come forward and make this offer, possibly an apology, and just step into this beautiful energy of being the King of Swords. I love that for you, Gemini. This is great energy. And if you want to claim this energy, put 1111 in the comment section. That is your energetic exchange where you're telling the universe, yes, I believe that I can make these changes, or yes, I believe my divine masculine counterpart can make these changes and step into the life that they were really, really meant to live. The life of abundance, and not only to have financial fulfillment, but also to have emotional fulfillment in love. What a great little message for February. I love that for you. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It makes these messages fly throughout YouTube so more people can hear them. And I really sincerely appreciate your energy to help this channel grow. So I'm wishing you light and love, and we'll see you at your next reading, Gemini. Peace.
Yeah.